developing countries could reach the developed countries. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my honor to be here as a member of the closing government. And although the third opposition speaker claimed all the arguments to be impossible to refute, I will try to do so. And first of all, I will start with the poverty plan, which was proposed by the first opposition, and then I will try to say you how important it is to fight climate change now. No matter how urgent is the poverty problem, I will try to explain you how climate change crisis is even more urgent than any poverty, and how we'll be not able to fight any poverty if we don't have earth to live in, because actually climate change crisis is going to destroy our place to live if we don't fight it now, and if we don't fight it at all. So first of all, the opening opposition mentioned that thank you. I didn't start it yet. So the opening opposition mentioned that developed countries need more aid to poverty than aid to climate change. They claim that if we aid some environmental standards, there will appear a problem of corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, will not this problem of corruption appear the same if we put poverty aid, if we will try to rebuild infrastructure? Won't we give money to the same corrupted government to fight poverty? Won't we give the same money to the corrupted government? Thank you very much. No. To build the infrastructure. Won't we give the same money to the corrupted government to fight malaria? It is the same country. As you claim these countries to be corrupted and not able to use any money efficiently, you basically rebutted your own claim of poverty, because you said that these countries are not able to receive any money and use it efficiently. So actually you said that they are not able to fight poverty, and they are not able to fight. No, thank you. And even if they were, and now I'm going to show you how the climate change crisis is even more important, and how it actually all starts with climate and with environment, and not with economy and malaria. So, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned by all the members of our government, climate change crisis affects people's health, affects their resources, affects their economy, and actually affects their poverty. And we have to begin by solving our environmental problems, not by solving poverty. We have to begin with solving what is the resource of all these poverty problems, not with poverty itself. As we claim, the resource of and the reason of the whole poverty is how the environment is damaged, and how all the developed countries, as we claimed in our extension, how they actually abuse these developing countries, how they use their resources, how they come to developing countries to pollute the environment and pay nothing back, ladies and gentlemen, and how the developing countries are affected also by the amount of pollution which is made by developed countries, because it is a global problem, ladies and gentlemen. And if we don't help these developing countries to fight this problem, we will not solve the climate crisis at all. Now I will explain you how it is really important to help these countries, because they are not financially capable enough fighting this climate crisis on their own. Ladies and gentlemen, these developing countries, as we heard an example of China, are using fossil power plants, are using the ways of gaining energy, which is not appropriate in fighting global climate crisis. Why do they do so, ladies and gentlemen? Because they don't have enough money to, ladies and gentlemen, they do not have enough money to fight the global climate crisis. They do not have enough money to have renewable sources. They do not have enough money to reforestation. They don't have enough money to do anything. That's why these countries have to That's why developed countries have to put some aid to these developing countries, ladies and gentlemen. And if we do not do so, ladies and gentlemen, we are not solving any problem. We are not solving global climate crisis, because even if we no, thank you, ladies and even if we solve the problem of carbon emissions in developed countries, there will be still the problem of this air pollution in developing world. And if we do not solve the problem in developing world, we will still have global climate crisis. Even if we solve a problem of poverty, there will be still a problem with environment in developing countries. And ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, and as we all here have heard past 3 weeks, the climate crisis is a very urgent problem, ladies and gentlemen. So we have no time to lose with fighting poverty, and then somehow hoping that it will maybe help environment. We have to fight climate crisis now, ladies and gentlemen. That's why developed countries have to put aid on developing countries. As we show you, these countries do not have enough money to do it by themselves, and moreover, developed countries are the ones who contribute to the problems of developing countries. First of all, it is a global problem, so even the amount of air pollution made by developed countries is contributing to the air pollution of developing countries, and moreover, companies from developed countries come to the developing ones and abuse all their resources, pollute their environment, and they give nothing back, ladies and gentlemen. For example, take Shell in Nigeria. What do they do, ladies and gentlemen? They just abuse these developing countries, destroy their environment, and they do not help them fighting climate crisis at all. And, ladies and gentlemen, this shouldn't be done so. As we all know, we have to fight this problem, and the only way to fight this problem is fight it now. Don't waste time with fighting poverty, and the only way how to do so is the developing countries put some aid on the developing ones, because the developing countries actually have no other chance than them.
Final speech. The Minister of Defense.
I'll be the one closing the debate, so pay real careful attention. First of all, we all know the debate is about show development